For the last 2 years, they said it was unsafe to have a CPAC here. Do you feel safe? I do too. There's a lot of chatter in the media about who's here and not here. I'm really proud to be standing alongside someone I think might just be the most powerful man in Washington, D.C.
Who's that? Oh, Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan of the fabulous exploding GOP Committee on Weaponization.
You know, when he says the most powerful man in D.C., you could almost hear him getting a boner. You could almost
tumbling it.
I'm sorry, Jim Jordan, who is the famous comedy exploding cigar of the Republican Party.
You like those stories?
I don't know, New York Times, Rolling Stone. Holy crap! Some whistleblowers you got there.
This
Jim.
just blew.
So it was the alleged sexual harasser was introducing the guy that covers up for sexual harassers. So that was good. Was the opening act of CPAC?
That was literally the opening of CPAC. And by the way, the chairman will serve you now is a great name for a gay film.
Yeah, that's weird.
Fantastic.
That is weird.
Yeah, the chairman sure will. Woo! If you like a good penis pummeling. Come on, this is a gift. My last day before vacation. And like next week, America, I will serve you indictments. You know what I heard? Me and Allison Gill are on vacation next week. So that means.
Oh, crap.
It's indictment week.
Jody?
Yeah, help.
Okay. Wow. Where do we start? Holy cow. That's perfect that Jim Jordan was the first guy.
I mean, come on.
On the day, not only Schlappy Matt's handle is exploding. Oh, sorry. My eyelash extensions are wet. Okay. By the way, I just read every time someone says woke, an angel makes another drag queen.
A gay angel makes another drag queen.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Where am I? Should I start with New York Times or... Oh, my God. You just knew. You could smell it.
You knew this ahead
when he's
of
like,
time.
I have dozens of whistleblowers. And when Dan Goldman's like, yeah, are there, do you have are there notes? Did you take any notes? Nothing? There's nothing that oh my God. Can I just say yay for our alpha liberals for releasing this information because they knew Republicans were going to start cherry picking and leaking things from these quote unquote whistleblowers that are not whistleblowers. They're a bunch of cranks.
They don't even
They're three cranks that got suspended or whatever from the FBI because they're complete nut jobs. And they're funded by Kash Patel and other Trump allies.
He paid for their testimony.
Oh my God. Got them jobs and help with their book and oh my God. This is so okay. So if you've just woken up, hello. Good morning. GOP witnesses paid by Trump ally embrace January 6th conspiracy theories. Oh my God. What a faceplant for a Republican majority in the House. Democrats said a trio of witnesses billed as whistleblowers provided no evidence of wrongdoing, espoused false claims about the Capitol riot, and were compensated by an ally of former President Trump.
Kash Patel paid him cash.
Ironically, yes. Look, aren't they just Bonnie and Clyde are like the GOP?
They're not having fun over there.
Where's my evil clown car music? This is the evilest clown car ever.
Start calling them Lauren and Marjorie.
God. Yeah. House Republicans have spent months promising to use their majority to uncover insidious bias against conservatives on the part of the federal government, vowing to produce a roster of brave whistleblowers who that's just rude. Don't laugh. Who would come forward to provide damning evidence of abuses aimed at the right. By the way, what happened to dozens? These three are the best you've got, and they're like complete embarrassments.
Paid embarrassments.
The first three witnesses testified privately before the new Republican-led House committee investigating the weaponization of the federal government have offered little firsthand knowledge of any wrongdoing violation of the law. You could just take the music down a tiny bit. Thanks so much. Instead, they appear to be a group of aggrieved former FBI officials who've been trafficked in right-wing conspiracy theories, including about the January 6th attack on the Capitol, and received financial support from a top ally of President Trump. Okay. Jim Jordan has so far relied on people who do not meet the definition of whistleblower and who have engaged in partisan conduct that calls into question their credibility. And it raises questions about whether Republicans who have said that investigating the Biden administration is a top goal will be able to deliver on their ambitious plans to uncover misdeeds at the highest levels. Oh my God. Exploding comedy cigar so far. Each endorses an alarming series of conspiracy theories related to the January 6th Capitol attack, the COVID vaccine, and the validity of the 2020 election. Of course, because it all becomes just one hot mess of crazy. One has called repeatedly for the dismantling of the FBI. Another suggested it would be better for Americans to die than to have any kind of domestic intelligence program. Okay, nicely done, Jim Jordan. Mr. Hill, one of them, has claimed on Twitter that the J6 attack was a setup and there was a larger Democrat plan using their enforcement arm, the FBI. Oh my God, what? Does this not prove the FBI bias is toward the right?
Yep.
And Donald Trump,
Yeah.
how many of these do we need? James McGonigal, on and on. The New York FBI office in general, that was, what do they call Team Trump, they called them?
Yeah.
To this latest story about how the FBI didn't want to do the search in Mar-a-Lago. Oh my God!
I remember I said yesterday the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago and Jim
Yes.
Jordan's whistleblowers. It's all going
Yes.
to be one big
Yes.
story. I think I said
he
that
also
yesterday.
described the FBI as the brown shirt enforcers of the DNC.
What?
Oh, so they're Nazis for the DNC. What? Every story that comes out is biased
No sense.
against the left, right?
No sense at all.
And protective of Trump. Boyle and Mr. Friend, those are the two other cranks, both testified that they'd received financial support from Kash Patel, a Trump loyalist in the Trump administration. Friend said Mr. Patel sent him $5,000 almost immediately after they connected in November. Then Mr. Patel helped promote his forthcoming book on social media. On and I think he got another one, a job. I'm like, give me a break. Democrats said they produced their report after they learned the Republicans on the committee were planning to leak material from the transcribed interviews. Thank you, alpha liberals.
Yeah.
This is how you play the game. You don't let them bar report you again, right? This is what they're trying to do with
Get in
Tucker
front of them.
Carlson and the footage, right? They're trying to leak out some ridiculous right-wing spin story before, the truth can get its pants on, or whatever that saying is.
Around the world.
Just pants. Right, around the world pants.
Sure.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
The arc of the moral universe.
Right, is long, but it
puts its pants on before it runs around the world.
Right,
And it has Peronis.
bends its legs towards justice before it puts its pants on. Mr. Jordan said Democrats were misrepresenting. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this another white man victim story? Mm-hmm. He said Democrats were misrepresenting the testimony gathered so far to smear public servants who had come forward to expose wrongdoing. Because, of course, he did. The report says, based on this evidence, committee Democrats conclude there is a strong likelihood that Kash Patel was encouraging the witnesses to continue pursuing their meritless claims and is, in fact, using them to help propel his vendetta against the FBI, Justice Department, and Biden administration on behalf of himself and President Trump. Oh, my God. Okay. Mr. Friend, just to give you a couple of tidbits,
Wow.
Mr. Friend, one of the cranks, also testified about being asked to surveil a person attending a school board meeting, touching on a claim promoted by Republicans that the government mistreated conservative parents. According to the report, Mr. Friend conceded during his interview the man being tracked was a 3%er who was under counterterrorism investigation. Oh, my God.
Mr. Friend.
Who was later arrested.
Mr. Friend. That sounds like
Mr. Friend.
These sound like made up
Who's
names.
not really
Yeah,
your
These sound like
friend.
made up.
No, he's not.
What was it Mr. Hill, Mr. Friend, and Mr. Peabody?
This is what Merrick Garland just said. Only if they were making death threats or were part of... Oh, my
Yes.
God.
What, is there a Mr. Peabody?
What was the
By
third?
the way, I can't wait to Angela V. Shelton of the Detroit Sheltons. What the... Up in Michigan. Oh, my God. The
yeah,
plot to kill Dana Nessel.
Yeah.
Who because
And
she's
other
gay,
Jewish.
it didn't even occur to
Yeah.
me she's Jewish. I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
After the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping.
Yep.
What the hell with militia and the right-wing cranks and militias or whatever? But yeah, that is terrifying. Not just her, anybody Jewish. I mean,
Yeah.
hello. If that doesn't, I don't know, just ring a couple bells for you, then okay. Oh, wait, here's the closer, Mr. Friend.
Wait, who is it? It was
Also-
Friend and Hill, and what was the third one? I said Peabody, but I know it's not right.
Hill, I'll find it. Okay, Mr. Friend also engaged with Russian propaganda outlets.
Of course.
Of course he did, while he was an FBI employee. Much like what's his name, McGonigal. Okay, including being quoted extensively in an article in Sputnik headlined, "Under Biden, federal agencies turned into an instrument of intimidation," FBI whistleblower says. Oh, it's so amazing how they're always so helpful to the Russian propaganda. This is what were we talking about, Chris, the other day? This is what Russia does: is find disgruntled people
Absolutely.
with the mainstream, whether it's Tulsi Gabbard, who's disgruntled with the Democratic Party, right? Or what was I saying? I'm sorry, I'm losing the thread. You know what I'm talking about. These are disgruntled FBI employees that are looking, right?
Exactly.
They would find people to go on RT that were either fired from corporate media, had an axe to grind, whatever. At one point during his testimony, Mr. O'Boyle, that would be the third crank.
O'Boyle.
Oh,
Oh,
crank and
boy.
crank.
Boy.
Oh,
That'd be the third crankum. Crank, and crank.
oh,
Crank
great.
and Sons.
Oh, Boyle is full of it.
Oh, Boyle.
Oh, right.
Oh, Boyle.
I'm Chef Shanti, and today I'm going to show you my version of mozzarella stuffed arancini.